Okay, so this is the morning of the Barangay meeting. It's 8:30 right now. I'm just about to leave. I got the Suzuki warming up, and I've prepared what I want to say in my head, and I'm ready to speak. A little nervous. Didn't sleep very well last night. Going over and over how I feel about this, making sure that I completely feel 100% about my moral compass and that what I'm doing is right. And yeah, because it's difficult for me to do this. You know, it is going to authority, which I don't like doing, but I can't have any prejudices clogging my head. And it's almost ridiculous that I feel like ashamed to utilize some public enforcement. I guess that's just my upbringing, coming from a street mentality. There's nothing wrong with police, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with street justice either. I think what is important is the moral compass that we all take with us, regardless of legality. Really, it's because laws change, but I think morals should be universal. And in this case, I feel like I'm right, and I got to do what I got to do, and protecting my community, myself, my family. I'm sticking up for what I feel. So not always easy, and we'll see how the outcomes. And I'll update. Cheers. All right, so there is some relief after today's tense barangay meeting. It definitely was a win for us, and this guy Fritz came in and he just started lying his butt off, singing like a bird, and trying to manipulate all the questions, but I held my ground. I stated my purpose really clearly, and I said that I think that he's here abusing his privileges as a visitor, and I didn't react to his banter. You know, he was always trying to interject, and he was asking me questions, and I could tell that the barangay captain didn't even understand what the guy was babbling about. So I didn't even answer him. I left him just hanging like that. And finally it came down to a point where the barangay asked Fritz if he had papers, and he said no, he has no papers, and they're in another city, and he cannot produce any type of identification. So the guy had the audacity to show up. He thought he's gonna go to war, you know, and win just by on the whim of his manipulating tactics. And because he did that, I felt even more justified that he looked like an idiot at the end of the day. But it's not over yet. They postponed the, let's say, verdict, if you will. And now they said they're postponing it because this guy doesn't have any credentials. They need to first sort that out. And surely when they do find his papers, or he might just run, they're going to find that he's illegally here. And it's not good news for him. I don't know what that entails, but it could be jail, expulsion, deportation, etc. And I don't feel good about all that, but I do still believe I did the right thing, that I utilized the powers necessary in my position. Especially the way that he came in trying to still manipulate his ways. You know, if I would have seen a change in his approach, if I would have seen some human quality, that might have actually made me change a little bit, at least my sentiment for sure, and maybe even my actions. I may have even tried to negotiate with him if he would have really leveled out, but he had none of that. He only accentuated his already shady behavior. And so I feel victorious, but there's still something in me that doesn't feel good either. I still, in a way, I'm trying to make amends for staying on solid ground, and I need to feel good about myself, about my own actions,
I don't feel, there's no sweetness in vengeance. So I don't feel like that. I don't feel like I'm trying to do him harm necessarily, but I do need to hold my ground, and that's what I did. And the barangay so far, we'll see how this goes. Definitely need an update on how are they gonna execute this next phase of the process. That's something that I would like to see, how do they go about actually, sorting this guy out. And then even after they do that, what will they do with him? Will it go back to just a kind of a deliberation, or will it be something more punitive, more criminal? I don't know. So definitely gonna stay updated on that. Cheers.